Hey, amazing people. Jim Gale here, and behind me is just a typical houses in our neighborhood. You know, nice places. They've got the pool and they've got some toys and stuff. And right there, you see that area between those two houses? Now, wouldn't you like a buffer between your bedroom window and the neighbor's bedroom window, for instance? Well, right here, you can imagine right in that corner behind me, or right in that strip, there could be an avocado tree, a lemon tree, a lime tree, an orange tree. There could be lychees and mangoes and bananas and papaya and different kind of shrubs and bushes like all these here that don't produce anything. Now, do you like birds by any chance, or nature? Well, if you like nature and birds, then you will be providing a habitat for them, and they won't eat near what you will produce in that little area right there. You could literally, if you took advantage of it, you could produce tens of thousands of dollars worth of food between your houses and in your yard every year. Now, you probably wouldn't go sell that food, but you could if you wanted to. But what would you do? If you've got kids, you'd go outside with your kids. If you learned how to dehydrate the food, you could have, like in Minnesota, my buddy Perry Carlson, love you buddy, he has planted so many fruit trees and he's got food growing all over his place. Such an abundance that he can't even eat near all of it. In fact, I bet he doesn't eat 10% of it himself. But what does he have? Now this year, the first couple of years, of course, you probably can, because you might get 2 apples. But in 5 years, he might get 2,000 apples, you know? So my point is, it's way easier than you think to produce food, water, and energy self-reliance. Now, I'm looking around because in Florida here, there are new programs that allow people to put solar on their houses that generate profit month one. So you've heard this idea probably, if you've studied this, that solar has maybe a 7 to 10 year payback. Well, I'll tell you what, that's not true at all anymore in one fashion. And that's if you want to get a system or a program where you can get a month one payback. And imagine this, so electric bills, utility bills, pretty much always go up. Do they ever go down? Not really. So you've got, let's say you make $50 your first year in income from having solar on the roof. You've done something great for our environment. You've created more local self-reliance, and you've saved money. So now that is a consistent payment when you have solar, because you have one, let's say, lease or finance payment. Well, after 10 years, what are you going to be saving per month? You're going to be saving a lot more than $50 a year. So in solar, in Florida anyway, solar is a no-brainer. Now people hear this and they've got all sorts of preconceived ideas of what solar is and whether it's a good deal or not. Wipe out those ideas. They are old news, and start looking into solar again. Now, if you're in Minnesota, where a bunch of my family and friends are from, I'm not so sure that you'll be able to have those kind of results, because of course there's not as much sunlight in Minnesota. But it's worth checking into. I know the Florida market, and I know there's only 1 out of maybe 10 or 20 of these houses that have solar. So what does that mean? Well, that means we've got a big opportunity here, folks, to do a lot of good and make a living in the meantime. I love you. Plant a fruit tree. Get it going now. End of summer, you might have to keep it inside for the first year just so it gets tough. Don't let it root ball. So if you have it inside, put it in a big pot so the roots have room to expand. Otherwise, next year you'll come out and it'll be root balled. So anyway, if you want to know more about this stuff, let us know. I love you. And together, we have to take individual responsibility for creating sustainable systems, sustainable food, water, and energy systems for our grandkids and beyond, folks. And it has to start with us. It cannot be the government or the HOA or any local governing body. It has to be me. I have to do it. Now, if you're renting a house, talk to the landlord. Maybe they'll put something in. It's not as easy if you're renting. But here's what is easy. Ask people who control public land. Say, hey, can I put some fruit trees or some grapevines? It's so inexpensive. If you just want to put a couple grapevines in, see how they do. It might cost you 10, 20 bucks, and you might just get decades worth of pleasure out of that. So anyway, a lot of things to think about. I'm just rambling. I hope you're having a great Sunday. Ciao for now.